room. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll go into questions. Coach, go ahead.
I thought it was a tremendous baseball game, and on both sides, I thought both sides played really well. A type of baseball game that you don't see much, these days, especially in college baseball. 2-1 game, and of course, we knew we were going to have our hands full with their left-hander. But just proud of our guys for hanging in there. Proud of Hunter. It certainly wasn't his best day, but the results were terrific. He just hung in there, and don't know many freshmen that can handle what he handled today. And what I just said, and Brad Henderson, our radio guy, asked, and it's true. To have success, I think, especially in postseason, your stars have to show up and have to play well. But you need help from some other guys, maybe not your headliners. And, through the past 2 days we've had that, but certainly in the 7th inning with bench, Gonzo and Elko coming to the plate where we didn't have a really good offensive day at all. We get 3 really good at-bats from them to win the baseball game.
Great. Thank you very much, Coach. If you have a question, again, please use the hand raise button on Zoom and use it early, but we'll start in the room.
Hunter, you were battling from the beginning. Just kind of what let you keep fighting in those bases loaded situations and runner on second, no out situations like that?
Just really trusting my stuff. Coach B always tells me my stuff's good enough to compete anywhere against anybody. So that's really just what stuck in my head that entire time. And I was battling. Couldn't find the fastball. Couldn't find the slider. Change up anything early. But that's what makes starting sometimes hard. Is you can just continue to go, and you have 3-4 innings to figure it out. And in the 5th, I kind of figured it out and started figuring it out late.
I think you're 9 for 9 getting guys out with the bases loaded this year. Just, is there anything on your mind when that's happening, or are you just like, what? How do you process that?
No, throw strikes. You can't walk people with the bases loaded, or else give up a run. That's the biggest thing. That's really all I'm thinking. Pound the zone.
Tim, you've obviously been here before, had those big hits before. Just when you see Bench and Gonzo get up, are you expecting fastball? Are you going up there trying to ambush? Just kind of what's the approach there?
My approach is always looking fastball and then Justin. So, they try to ice me a little bit and, go talk to the pitcher before, but, just stuck with my approach and, was a little fired up after JV and Gonzo had those good at-bats. So, it's got a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
It's back-to-back days. The offense has put it together late. Just what is allowing you guys to stay in there, and even if you're struggling early, keep your heads up late? You
just got to stick with it. They had hats off. Their pitcher just pitched really well today. Their starter is really good. Is making it tough on our lefties and even our righties as well. So he's a really good pitcher. So hats off to him. But hats off to our guys too for just sticking with it. And when that opportunity comes to get those runs, we were able to do it.
I think it was 7 1/3 with 11 Ks from true freshmen today. Just the way those guys were able to step up in their first ever postseason outing. Just how impressive is that for somebody?
You're right, Nick, and I don't know how many guys could have gotten through the first like Hunter did. True freshman, it looked like it was the script, right? And freshman playing on the road in a regional against the #1 seed and wasn't going to be able to handle it. At least that's what it looked like, through the first 3 hitters. But he handled it, and it's one of the reasons that he's special. It's one of the reasons he's had so much success this year. Is he doesn't let the inning blow up on him. I wish we could bottle it up. He couldn't really answer. I wish we could bottle it up and give it to other people. But certainly, I think that was certainly the difference in the day, especially early. And then Nichols, who's, as you know and you've seen us, has pitched well, especially the second half, maybe the last month. And he's been in some moments, in SEC play, but not as many as Hunter, and not as many certainly as BJ. But to watch him do that against what we consider a really good offense, to just continue to put some outs on the board and give us a chance, or what Tim does really is not even really any topic at this point if Mason doesn't do what he does.
You brought in Brandon there for Morales. Do you say anything to him before a marquee at bat like that, or do you just kind of let him do his thing?
just tell them, maybe some pitch sequences and how we want to attack them. And I think it's tough for a few reasons. One, you have a closer; it's very emotional. Game's on the line. You're facing, arguably their best player, one of the best players in the country, and you're facing the middle of the lineup. But I think sometimes if you can just talk about how we're going to attack them, what's the scouting report, it gets them a little more locked in, especially somebody with BJ who's got, really overpowering stuff and sometimes can get adrenalized. So really that was the only message.
How's TJ's hand?
Able to play, but obviously, bothered him. One of those where, he kind of gutted it out today. I don't know if it's one of those things where it gets better every day or he just needs rest. We were thankful to get him in the lineup today, but you could tell, that obviously it was bothering him a little bit offensively, and then to face Palmquist that, is as good as anybody we've faced all year. That with a tough hand, it probably wasn't a good mix.
Got a few hands up on Zoom. We'll go first to Michael Katz. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Mike. You obviously just brought up BJ. He has had some hard moments this year, but this is the second night in a row that he really comes through for you guys. We know about the stuff and how electric it can be, but just how important is resiliency to what makes BJ so good?
Well, I think resiliency, short memory, whatever you want to say, as a closer, you have to have that because let's face it, you usually only get the ball, unless you only get the ball if the game's on the line, and so sometimes if you don't make a pitch, it's different. As even Hunter, I think, was alluding to. If you're a starter, you give up a run, you're going to be okay as long as you get some outs and get a little deeper in the game. If you're a closer, sometimes you blow the save. You're right. He's been resilient. He's been able to handle it. Like all the great closers that we've ever had, and super dominant stuff. And he's one of the great things about him is like he was even better today. I thought stuff-wise. I thought the layoff probably affected him more than anything last night. We didn't talk about it because it was 2:30 in the morning last night. But it probably affected him more because he's used to getting up and getting hot just about every game, and he really hadn't pitched in a while.
We'll go next to Austin Eldridge. Austin, go ahead.
Hey, Hunter, specifically for you, you play in the SEC, obviously, which is some tough environments. Specifically this year, you pitched at Baum Walker and Alex Box and pitched very well. Do you think playing in environments like that in the SEC can help you in situations like this where the crowd's trying to get into it and get kind of raucous in the postseason?
Absolutely. I don't know if there's a tougher crowd than Baum Walker for sure. But yeah, the SEC battle tests you. Even places like Kentucky and other places that we play on the road, they get after you, and it definitely prepares you for road environments like this.
Got a couple more hands up. We'll go to Chris Muller from the Rebel Walk. Chris, go ahead.
Can you give us a brief history of the phrase "Don't let the Rebs get hot" and how you've used it with your teammates?
Just kind of came up whenever we started our little run there towards the end of the season. I don't know, it kind of just came out of nowhere. Was feeling it in the moment, and then it kind of just started a thing. So, I guess just don't let the Rebs get hot.
And last hand up we have on Zoom is Cam Dyer. Cam, go ahead.
Hey, Hunter, when you're battling another pitcher like Palmquist, just throwing up zeros after zeros, does that motivate you even more to go out there, or does that fire you up just to try to keep giving your team a chance?
Fires you up a little bit, but yeah, you can't really think about what the other guy's doing. You just got to focus every pitch and try and put up zeros yourself. I knew our offense was going to get to him or the next guy at some point, so just had to give him a chance.
Yeah. Susan?
Hey, hi Tim. I don't know if anybody asked you this, but you were really pounding your chest there, and that was a very emotional scene. What were you feeling at that minute, and what was it like seeing your guys get really amped up outside the dugout?
It's for moments like that. That's what you play for, just to see your teammates getting fired up with you, and that's what makes playing this game so fun is moments like that. I was just feeling a lot of different emotions, just happiness and all those kinds of things. So just really makes you feel good when you help the team win, and you see how much it fires up everybody on the in the dugout.
And just because I just got in here, Mike, just your overall feeling now and how tough was this game? It was,
Yeah. Just I thought it was a hell of a baseball game, and it's you heard it sounds cliche, but it's a shame somebody had to lose it, right? Because I thought both teams played really, really well, and we just happened to put an inning together, get three. Our 3 stars came to the plate and had really good at bats, and but I thought it was errorless game. Both teams played really clean defensively. Both staffs, theirs included, pitched really, really well. It was one of those baseball games that you don't see a lot, these days. Usually there's a lot of homers and runs being scored and errors, and sometimes it can be a little sloppy. So it was a great game. We're just excited that we played well enough to win it.
Are you guys going to sit and you're going home now?
We're going back to the hotel, take a shower, take some.
What about you? Are you going to be watching?
No, I'll watch it on TV.
You'll watch it, and if you should face Miami again, what do you expect out of them?
Well, I think what we saw today and what we expected when we came down here. I mean, they're the ACC champs for a reason. They're really, really good. A lot of depth on the mound, So I think, if we were to face them, I don't necessarily think pitching's an issue for them playing an extra game, and a really good offense. We know, and same with Arizona though. I mean, this is one of those loaded regionals where I think when you look up, I mean. If it wasn't picked, as some of the pundits out there that follow college baseball write about it, didn't, some of them ranked it the number 1, but I'm sure if it wasn't their number 1, it may have been their number 2 or 3, and there's 16 of them. So, it's tough to get through.
We have one more question up, and this will be the last one. Cam Dyer, go ahead one more time.
Yeah, Coach. 1 win away from the Super Regionals. What's the message to the team and the mentality going into the game and possibly a couple of games tomorrow?
Well, one of the things that we talked about is you play to win, you play to have success, and for the moments that these guys enjoyed today, and Tim was just asked about his emotion. I mean, this is why you do all of this, so you want them to enjoy it. But the other message is to realize that we're not done yet. Nobody remembers, a year later who was 2-0 in a regional. It's only, who won and moved on. And so the message is, take care about your bodies tonight, to hydrate, to get some rest, because, we literally didn't go to bed to, somewhere between 2:30 and 3 o'clock last night. And even though, we played at 3, we ate at 11, and, we're here taking BP at noon. So kind of a quick turnaround. So winning this, gives them a chance to hydrate and get to bed on time, get off their feet, and hopefully be fresh and ready to go tomorrow.
Great. Coach, guys, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow. Go get some rest.
Thank you
very much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.